No. Welcome inside the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day as we get set for the Cardinal Championship. And it's between Riverview, Gabriel Richard, and Clarkston, Everest Collegiate. Sam, this is a ball game that's a repeat of last year's championship game, a game that Richard won by 7 points. It was close in the end. This is an exciting matchup between two of the lower division schools that a lot of folks may not know about. We cover a lot of the Central Division. These two teams are worthy here this afternoon.
Yeah, Gabriel Richard obviously coming in undefeated. They're worthy of being covered at any level at any time. I mean, a great season so far, and they have an interesting lineup dynamic. You know, they have 3 seniors as a starter, and then they have 2 freshmen. So the juxtaposition there with their starters is interesting, but the chemistry's built throughout the entire season and led them to that undefeated record. And then you look across the way at Everest Collegiate, and they're a tough team. They play hard all the time, and that's really, when we were talking to Gabriel Richard, that's what they said they're concerned with is how hard this team plays. And whenever you have that type of heart in a championship game, it shows.
That's right. Everest Collegiate comes in 13-4 on the year. Let's get to the starters for the Mountaineers, led by head coach Rich Cross in his first season, assisted by Ann Sarah Lowney and Joe LeBlanc. They'll start with Sawyer Arbogast, one of their forwards up front. Arbogast, a senior on this club, averages 4 points per game. Lucas Cross is a starter as well. He is their second leading scorer, nearly 12 points a game, a senior guard. Luke Walker, who hit the game-winning shot, a guy that averages 9 points a game, a junior on this senior-laden lineup in the starting lineup. Joe Thibodeau is one of the starters. He's 14 points per game, senior guard. And the starting lineup is rounded out by Johnny Nedwick, 9 points per game. Let's meet the starters now for Gabriel Richard, who comes in 18-0 on the year under Chris Dyack, the head coach, also the athletic director. And they look like this. They'll start with Michael Calhoun at the center spot, a kid who's committed to Albion. Kanan Harrison, a 6-foot guard who came out late last year, maybe their best defender in the starting 5 as well. Nicholas Sobusch, one of the freshmen, one of the 2 starting freshmen at 5'8", a complete player, kid that can really shoot it. And Nick Shahowski, a senior who really runs this team, the point guard, a guy who you'll hear a lot in this broadcast. Luke Westerdale rounds it out. He's a freshman as well. Stick, you're ready for this matchup. It's a size advantage, no doubt, for the Pioneers. How can the Mountaineers offset that?
Well, really turn it into a half-court game, because also for the Pioneers, they like to get the ball up and down the court, and then you got to kind of pick your poison. Are you either going to take away the big men, or are you going to pressure the shooters on the perimeter, because we know Gabriel Richard loves to shoot the basketball.
They sure do. Gabriel Richard got here by way of a win over Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes, as we see the miss there. Then they came back and knocked off Bishop Foley behind Shakowski's 13 points and Calhoun's 16 points. in the win back on Tuesday night. Everest sets up their offense, and this is really a four-guard offense and a team that can really shoot it and a team that's played together. There's a rejection right away, and you start to see the size as Michael Calhoun, the future Briton, rejects it.
Yeah, coming over help side defense like Ben Wallace back in the day with a great swat. That's tough because Everest was working their offense there. They had a nice lane drive, and to get it blocked like that, put some questions in your head next time you get into that lane.
Yep, Thibodeau lost it, gave it up, stolen away, and on the run is Shakowski, and it's a turnover-laden start here in Ypsilanti. No score yet. We haven't played a minute.
Well, you can see on that possession, Gabriel Richard was trying to get it down low and establish that dominance with their size, because if you look at 31, Calhoun on the floor, he is towering over everybody.
Yeah, 6'6", 6'7". Thibodeau has it on the left point. A lot of these kids played football as well for the Mountaineers. Rocking the right point is Lucas Cross, one of 3 crosses on this team. And again, 3 make it 4 seniors start and 1 junior for Everest. Taking some time setting things up.
Yeah, Everest. So far they run a very deliberate offense, just trying to work and find their angle.
Yeah, they do. And it's an interesting mix. Rich Cross, the first-year head coach, who was a long-time study under Ann Sarah Lowney, who's the athletic director and was the head coach before that for quite such a long time. Ball out of bounds. It's been all turnovers and no points so far, Stick. But Everest Collegiate got here by way of a win over Royal Oak Shrine, 52-40 in the quarterfinals, and followed that up with a win in the semis back on Tuesday, knocking off Cardinal Mooney in that thrilling 3-point overtime win and that game winner from Walker. Nick Shahowski, their leader and point guard. Out to the point now to Sobusch, the freshman.
Everest triple teaming the post when the ball went down this first possession here.
Head coach Chris Dyack was interested as to how they would defend him. There's the 3 ball, and that's from Luke Westerdale. He's just a freshman. Remember the name and the scratch surface here at the Convo.
Yeah, and that's kind of the scouting report on Luke Westerdale. I mean, he shoots a lot, he cuts a lot, and he can drive, so he's kind of like a 3-tool player on offense.
Well said. Lucas Cross bangs one from across the way, and all of a sudden we've got 6 points after no points for the first 3. Double team in the short corner right, 3 balls short, offensive rebound. And Richard gets a set in that half court, out of the trap, steal. Steal by Nedwick, on the run, down the avenue, lay in good. And Everest has their first lead of the ball game, 5 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, great read of the passing lane right there. He was able to get the jump and get out in front of the defenders for Gabriel Richard and get the nice layup. Athletic.
Everest Collegiate has turned it over, forced a turnover twice. On the run, Thibodeau shot up long. And the Pioneers want to run. The freshman, Sobusch. Down to Calhoun as they back it out. Everest by 2. Down the avenue, lay-in just off. And the Pioneers will keep it baseline left.
Well, we were interested to see how Everett was going to cover big number 31 in the lane, and it seems like every time that the ball gets down there, they are collapsing hard. So Gabriel Richard is going to have to start making some three-pointers to open up the lane.
Michael Calhoun creating all the attention. There's a turnover there. Thibodeau quickly ahead, and there's a turnover. My goodness. Back the other way, Nicholas Sobusch, layup, good, and the foul.
Yeah, Lucas Cross, kind of a double dip right there. A little bit of a lazy pass going across the court. It was picked off, and then, of course, getting the foul. And you know, that's not a solid possession. You don't want to see that every game.
No, sir. This is a complete player in the 5'8" freshman, Nicholas Sobusch, the left-hander. And he completes the three-point play, and the lead is regained just like that. It's raining triples here, the easy way and the hard way.
And we knew that coming in. Both these teams can shoot the ball, and they love to shoot the deep three, too.
Yeah, 9 seniors on this Mountaineer team. Dump down low, beautiful dish. And how about it? Lucas Cross finds his classmate Joey Thibodeau, who leads him in scoring at 14 a game, and the Mountaineers have regained the lead.
Yeah, he was like, that last possession was not a representation of my game. That's a representation of my game, getting in the lane and dishing.
Don't judge me. 7-6 your score. Banker good. Attack from the big man. That's Kanan Harrison. Guy who's really come on and can drive it, but he's known for his defense.
Yeah, he was gliding along that baseline.
Man-to-man defense for the Pioneers, Chris Dyack says. That's our calling card. And the Mountaineers did not play the Pioneers in the regular season. They have not played since last year's title game, which was a 46-39 win for Riverview Gabriel Richard. A team that is 18-0. Only undefeated team in the Catholic League coming out of the Intersectional 1. Everest competes in the Intersectional 2.
It's interesting, both these teams are trying to jump the passing lanes when they can. You can tell defensively both are intense in this game and want to force those turnovers.
Very aggressive. There's a forced shot, almost got the roll. Offensive rebound and a reset for Luke Walker, and they gave it right back. And a foul by Sawyer Arbogast. Coming back the other way.
So it's been an interesting start to the first quarter. Both these teams kind of feeling each other out. Neither of them are playing their best basketball to this point, but that's what you expect in a championship game. I mean, both these teams are going to give it their all the entire game, and probably by the second or third quarter, I think both these teams are going to find their comfort zone.
It sounds right. And, you know, look, this is a big stage for these guys. There's a three, starting to feel good. Number 3 with his second triple. That is Luke Westerdale. And he's feeling it. This young man has some confidence in him. His coach told us he was confident.
It's a big stage for everybody, but Westerdale's owning the stage so far.
We asked him, we asked Chris Dyack, we said, is he your best shooter? He said, well, you ask him, he'll say yes. But
and what did they say? Shooters shoot.
Yep. Fittingly wears number 3. Mountaineers down by 4. This is their largest hole of the game, thanks to the Pioneers' 2 triples by the freshman, Westerdale. The triple numbers really starting to add up for both teams. Step back 3, another one by the other number 3. This time it doesn't go. And you can't just float it up like that and not expect Johnny Nedwick to pick you off. Little show and go. And Sobusch says, He's got trouble on his mind the other way. And he took an Australian step and turns it over.
I like the officials not rewarding him. A little bit out of control there. Yes, there was some contact, but that was not worthy of a foul on Everest Collegiate, so good turnover.
You're right. Mark Cross checks in. He's the younger brother of Lucas Cross. And he's checking another freshman. How about the freshman class across the state of Michigan? I mean, we saw it. We've seen it in the upper levels. We'll see it in the game tonight, but even at the lower levels.
Charles Cage coming in the
League.
game. Big boy at 6'6" freshman.
Another freshman.
Yep.
The theme continues. Thank you. And they like this young man. He's got some good feet.
That's what I was just going to say. With big freshmen like this, especially as a big man, you want to watch his footwork early on. And it looks like he has some good lateral quickness so far.
Yep. Looks like you on the dance floor last night in Detroit. Short corner right floater is good. Don't overlook Gavin Harris, the junior guard, who's played in all 17 games off that bench. He's their top 6 man. Pioneers by 2. Back to Sticks night in a moment. Westerdale, the right wing.
I'm glad you remember it.
Force up, no, but a foul. And Kanan Harrison will go line left and shoot the game's first free throws with 13.7 seconds left.
And that's the second time Kanan Harrison has been able to show that he's been able to get to the rim and use his athleticism and quickness to either draw the foul or have a nice layup like he did earlier in the game.
Crafty.
Very.
Gabriel Richard is undefeated, but they've come close to losing before this year. On the 15th of this month, They won by 3 against Erie Mason, and that was tight. They also played a tight contest earlier this year against Monroe. They knocked off Monroe by 2. Both free throws are good. 10 seconds left. 4-point lead. Pass is picked off. Picked off by Harrison. The throw ahead to Westerdale, and he is fouled with 1 second left. Turnovers kill, and this one's a dagger.
That is a tough foul, but you have to take it in that situation and make them earn it at the line. You hate to see it at the end of the quarter, but one thing that Everest Collegiate has to do in this second quarter coming up is take care of the ball.
Yep.
The turnovers are really hurting them right now.
That's right. Westerdale sticks it. Richard has knocked off a team that Orchard Lake St. Mary's knocked off in the quarterfinals. They beat Divine Child, Dearborn Divine Child in game 1 this year, 70-61. 1 second left. Both free throws are good. Half-court heave is nearly good. That came off the hot hand of Gavin Harris, and the house nearly got brought down. How about this crowd? Good crowd on hand, good vibe in the air. Let's go to the second quarter. We've got the Cardinal championship game, and they'll get decided here this afternoon. First of a doubleheader. This is the Prep.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Everest Collegiate, located in Clarkston, Michigan. They won the Intersectional 2. 13-4 this year, respectable record, 6-0, a flawless regular season. It's a private co-ed school, 155 students in their high school. They also have pre-kindergarten and up to 8th grade. Rich Cross is in his first year. He learned under the assistant coach and the athletic director, Ann Sarah Lowney. She was a pleasure to talk to this week. Michael McGrath is a 2021 grad and the only player in Mountaineer history to be named first-team All-State for basketball. Some of the biggest wins this year, you look at them, how about Cardinal Mooney? They knocked off respectable Cardinal Mooney twice this year, including their last time out, an overtime thrilling win on a three-pointer to get it done. Corner three here, no, not as much luck, and here comes Richard, who has their biggest lead stick of 6.
Yeah, Gabriel Richard in that first quarter, they didn't hit a lot of threes, but they were able to make some waves on that end. They started out trying to work the ball down low. We'll see if they go back to that in the second quarter.
Second chance opportunities, the Pioneers have made the most of them. Nicholas Shahowski with a bucket. This is a kid that really runs this team. Chris Dyack raving about him, and that's another coach on the floor, and he says, I'll talk to him before I'll talk to some of my assistants sometime. He says, don't tell my assistants, but no, I mean, and hey, look, that's the highest respect you could get. There's a 3 dead spot right, bang! Joey Thibodeau pops one from Ann Arbor. And it's back to a 5-point game with a minute gone by in the second.
Almost brought some rain down with that, too. That was a rainbow from the top.
Yeah. There's another, the answer, yes! The threes are loose. Luke Westerdale with his 3rd of the game. He has 11. That's a game high.
You know, going back to what we asked their coach, if he's the best shooter on the team, he said if you ask him, well, not only can you ask him, he'll show you.
No doubt. Brendan Johnson, the assistant coach before the game, saying, hey, look, I'm afraid with all these long lines out here that my guys are going to start shooting from the NBA line. I mean, they like that college line. They like the NBA line, too. So far, the range has been there for Westerdale. There's a nice little spin, roll, and rack for Michael Calhoun. And Rich Cross wants timeout in Ypsilanti.
And this is when Gabriel Richard is absolutely at its most dangerous. We talked about what are you going to take away? You're going to try to take them away, the big man down low or the three-point shot. But when both things are working for Gabriel Richard, it is tough to stop them, and that is exactly why they are 18-0 heading into this game.
Yes, sir. Look at the quick stats. 7 of 13 right now is Richard, who leads by 10. 3 of 5 from downtown, all coming from the hot hand of the youngster, Mr. Sobusch, or excuse me, Luke Westerdale, the other freshman. And you look on the other side, Stick, and 5 of 12. Too many second chance opportunities that have gone deep. You just can't give the Pioneers second chances.
And you look at the 6 turnovers, too. I always love to look at that turnover margin. And yes, Gabriel Richard has 4, but those 6 turnovers for Everest are crucial to the debt that they're in right now.
7 points off of the second chance opportunities. There's a foul off the ball on the floor, says your official tonight. By the way, your officials tonight are Andrew Hayner, Kevin Klein, and Will Pugh. Some of the best the Catholic League has selected for tonight's affair. One of them watched our broadcast. That was pretty cool. I wonder if he subscribed.
I hope so.
I wonder if you all watching have subscribed. If you haven't, please do. We are the Prep, and we thank you for watching. Crossover down the avenue. Bumped. Rejected. Swatted out of there.
They got numbers if they want to use them.
Lucas Cross with the swat and the rock high on the left. One of 3 Cross boys on this roster. A couple of them are twins. They're freshmen. Pass is nearly picked, but the Mountaineers keep it. Can they make them pay? Yes! Bullseye! Triple. That's Lucas Cross. That's his second. And don't look now, the Mountaineers have cut it to a touchdown in Ypsilanti.
Threes are wild. If you're wearing the jersey 3, you're knocking down threes today, apparently, at Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, that's a good find. That's an air ball nearly off the hand, though, of the Mountaineers. Joey Thibodeau couldn't hang on. And, wow, the action is picked up.
And that's kind of what the first quarter was. You know, it's like a first date. You're just feeling each other out. Second quarter, it's like, okay, we kind of know what you expect from us. We know what you expect from you, and let's go.
Stay hot, kid. No, but there's the Energizer Bunny. Nicholas Schakowski resets it. Another second chance opportunity coming here. And if Everest wants to get back in this game, those need to cease. The freshman traveled, one of his few mistakes tonight. And we'll see if Everest can't repay him for that.
Yeah, this is the point in the game where Everest needs to continue to hang around, which they are doing right now, only down 7, so that's not insurmountable. But you could tell Gabriel Richard, if they start knocking down threes, they can go on a quick run.
Yep. Everest has played a tough schedule. They did not schedule Patsy's. They did play Lenawee Christian, one of their losses. They lost to Burton Bendel, a very good team out of Division III. Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard out of Division II. They only lost by 5. And that really gave him confidence going into the quarterfinals when they swept Shrine 52-40 back last Saturday, and then knocked off Cardinal Mooney in overtime to sweep the season against Cardinal Mooney. They beat him by 2 points earlier this year. There's a 3. That's from number 2, and that's Nicholas Schakowski with a triple, the senior. Gets it back to a 10-point game.
Yeah, he's the leader of the team, the point guard, and coach absolutely loves him. So sometimes he's out there calling his own plays, and as a coach, you love that.
Hey, if it results in points, I mean, you can live with that.
He called his own number there and nailed it.
Yep. Now he goes out there and starts dialing up some half-court shots. Might have to reconsider that.
There we go, back-to-back unforced turnovers on back-to-back possessions for Everest. So those turnover numbers just keep going up and up and up. And the unforced ones like that, when you're just stepping on the baseline, those are killer.
Yep. You got to look there. Rich Cross, the first-year head coach, shot no good. Second chance opportunity again. Oh, yes. And, uh-oh, there is an injured player down there. And, uh-oh. This is We're going to take a timeout. We're back in a moment.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Welcome back to the Convocation Center. Chad Bush with you here on the prep. The quietness and the long pause is due to a player that's injured. There's an injured player on the floor. It is for Gabriel Richard, and it's Nick Shahowski. And we can tell you this, he hit his head. He hit his head hard on the floor. Right now, the good news is that he is talking. He's communicating. EMS is here. And we're not going to say he's fine. I'm not a doctor, but I know that he's communicating, talking, moving. Those are all good signs. So I'm going to be careful with what I say because I don't want to get in trouble. So, but the fact that he's talking stick, and the fact that he's moving around, the fact they've made it a public address announcement here that the player has been moving around.
And you hear the applause. They put a neck support around him, and it's looking like he's sitting up straight, which is another good sign. They don't have to just, lift him and put him on the stretcher. So the fact that he's sitting up, he's conscious, he's aware, he's communicating, like you said, all positive signs. But like you also said, we are not doctors, so we don't know what the final resolution of this will be. Yeah,
he's sitting up now on the floor. Nick Shahowski, the point guard, he's a senior, wears number 2. He was going up for a shot, and he came down and hit his head very hard.
Yeah, 2 players just battling for a rebound, and it's one of those horrible things in sports that you never want to see.
Yep.
Competitors going at it, and when you talk about Nicholas, Coach was talking about him before the game, just how much of a leader he is. He's the point guard, high IQ. He calls plays on the court, like we mentioned during the broadcast. Tough, athletic, a competitor, and he is up and standing now too and walking. So that is a very good sign.
Great sign. Gets himself on the lift.
Yeah, on his own power, he was able to stand up and get himself on. And great standing ovation from the crowd. I think if you're watching this right now and you're in this arena, you have goosebumps. If you're a parent watching this, you know what you're going through, thinking if this is your child, and if you're a teammate as well, it's tough to see this, but best possible scenario right now for him getting up and putting himself on the stretcher.
This is Gabriel Richard's senior leader, point guard, Nick Shahowski. And a good sign that he is conscious, got himself on the stretcher.
Yeah.
And we assume this game will resume. Of course, the game right now is a back seat to the health of Nick Shahowski. But we will tell you this game is a 10-point game. It's 25-15. And Nick's team is on top, the Pioneers of Gabriel Richard. The score right now not important. What's important is that Shahowski is off under applause, under consciousness, and
under his own power.
And off to go get medical sought-after attention. So.
And you got to hand it to the people in the crowd here, too. The minute it happened, the crowd got together. Many people in here called 911, acted very fast to help that young man. So a lot of good people in this arena right now.
Yep, some good energy, a lot of prayers. And we're happy that he is fine. We're going to step aside, and we'll come back and get more into the game of what's going on, where we're at, and we'll reset this thing. We're coming back on the prep in a moment.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We'd like to sort of reset our broadcast. We have a couple of nice interviews with the head coaches of each side, and we'll get to those now. Let's start with the Gabriel Richard head coach, Chris Dyack, and we got his thoughts on this game and this team and his 18-0 start. Here's Chris Dyack, the head coach and fine athletic director in his 11th year. Welcome inside the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti as we get set for the Cardinal Division champion for the only team undefeated in the Catholic League. Chris Dyack, the athletic director at Riverview, Gabriel Richard, and the head basketball coach. Congratulations on this season thus far. But I know tonight is important for your program, your club, as you go for your 3rd straight title in this league.
First of all, you made that sound really good, being undefeated and what have you. No, yeah, it is. Everett's a good program. We played them for many years when we were in the other division, and gave us a great game last year, and I expect the same thing here. They're tough kids. This is a program that you've built on scoring the basketball at a high rate and also defending. It's hard to get those two things to go together. You've been able to do it with a fine team and a starting lineup that has 3 seniors and 2 freshmen. Tell us about your team. Well, it's run with Nick Shahowski. Nick, senior, been with us for 4 years. Does a great job of controlling the tempo, pushing the ball up the floor. Kanan Harrison defensively does a heck of a job trying to neutralize the opponent's best player. Calhoun, again, another senior who plays down low, does a good job of controlling the glass. Another good defender. And then 2 freshmen that we knew were good. We didn't know they were going to be this good. And from the perimeter, they can shoot the basketball. They bought into the system defensively. And, yeah, it's kind of falling together a little bit. The Pioneers are 18-0. They're ranked 6th in Division III. They're out of Riverview, Michigan, of course. And this is Coach Dyack's 11th year. This has to be a cool moment. You're coming back to try to win your 3rd title, but you're playing the team that you played last year. And those guys out of Clarkston, Everest Collegiate, this is a formidable opponent despite being in the Division II. Yeah, as I said, Ann and Coach Cross over there do a great job. We've watched them. We prepped pretty hard for the last 3 days. No question, anytime you can get to a Catholic League championship, you're blessed, and you don't take them for granted. But no, it's good for our program, good for our school. We're only a school of about 250, 60 kids. And no, this can't be any better than this. What's it going to take to get this win here tonight against this pesky Mountaineer club? Well, they're very good defensively. They're very, like I said, very well coached. We're going to have to defend the 3-point line. They do a very good job of shooting the basketball. I'm hoping that maybe the atmosphere may throw them off just a hair. But no, it's going to come down to us defending the basketball, getting out in transition, and rebounding it. Chris, all the best tonight. We'll catch up with you after the ball game. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yep, you bet. That's Chris Dyack, the head coach. We're coming back with the starting lineups from Ypsilanti right after this. This is the Prep. Welcome back. A quick start here, and it's right where we left off. Samstick Day, Chad Bush with you. A quick Pioneer bucket by their big man, and they've got their biggest lead of a dozen.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams can refocus after what we just, saw on the floor. And Gabriel Richard came out with a nice inbounds play and was able to get on the board quickly. Yeah, that'll be an emotional lifter. Thibodeau to the hold, nice play. A rip and a drive, that's Lucas Cross, not Thibodeau. That kid can play now.
And it's interesting, you can already feel a little bit more intensity in this game throughout these past 2 possessions.
Westerdale get out of town. Good hustle play to save it, but Everest has it. Now the run in numbers to the hole, lay in good, and the foul. Count it.
Oh, they called a charge.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Wow, pardon me. They ruined the call. Might have been the right call. That's a good call. Ruined our call, but it's all right.
You got excited for that one, too.
I did. It was an emotional play.
The George Blaha, count that baby in a foul.
Darn right. That's right. Tribute. Lob into the post, triple team, not going to work there. You front them, got to be careful. Cross is feeling it. Right point. Now sideline right. Joey Thibodeau. Thibodeau can knock it down from deep, and he's off the mark here. Chase down in the corner. Look at the hustle. Somehow the Mountaineers scrap their way for another possession.
And that's what we were talking about in the pregame for Everest, that the effort, the all-out effort that they give on every possession, that's what keeps them in games.
Everest came back from double digits down last year when they trailed at the break to the Pioneers. Right wing three on the way, long. And they came back to make that a close game last year before losing by 7. This is a rematch of last year's game. There's a Calhoun spin, got it blocked. How about the Luke Walker rejection?
The hops on Luke Walter to get that block.
He's got some bunnies in him. Good crowd on hand. This is the appetizer. There's a banker that's good, and Everest is not settling, partner. Joey Thibodeau means business. He puts up 14 a game.
And you could definitely tell, I said it earlier, the intensity in this game has picked up since that long break.
60 seconds left. Corner three, my goodness. Off the mark. Freshman has his back. It's a reset, and it's a layup by the big boy headed to be a Briton, Michael Calhoun.
Yeah, anytime he gets the ball that low on the block, just count the bucket.
It's a fine-looking Calhoun stick. High IQ kid. Nice touch around the basket.
Yeah, he plays within himself. You don't see him overreacting. You don't see him moving his feet too much.
Yeah, that's right. Those big men seem to get antsy sometimes down there, especially at this level. Well coordinated.
Yeah, very smooth and fluid player.
Turnover. 10-point margin, 30 seconds left. Richard might drain this baby. Near steal, aggressive. Stick noted it. Both defenses have been aggressive, taking chances for steals. Calhoun will rip it. Reset. Pioneers with another chance. Spinning, driving, scoring. Wow! How about it? Kanan Harris came to play. 7 seconds left.
I think he's got 3 baskets in the game, but all 3 of them have been spectacular.
Cross with a corner kick, air ball from Thibodeau, and that's how our first half ends. The Pioneers match their largest lead of a dozen, and it's been some kind of a show. The emotional pause that we had, Stick, this game didn't skip a beat. I mean, these two teams came right back and scored right away. This game got exciting real quick again.
Yeah, and the fans got into it too. I mean, I think just the stress of that long emotional pause, and thank goodness that Nicholas Chakowski was able to get himself up and onto the stretcher by himself, and I think that everybody felt a little bit better about that situation, and the teams came out and played with a lot of emotion.
He's Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. At the break, it's a 12-point lead for the 18-0 and only undefeated team in the Catholic League in Riverview, Gabriel Richard. Look, Everest Collegiate, Stick has stuck around in this game and shown you enough to believe that they could come back in the second half and make this a game like they did last year.
Yeah, and I honestly believe if they can limit their turnovers, they would be right in this game. That has severely cost them. I mean, even when they've been able to cut the lead down to like 6 or 7, then they have a couple unforced turnovers, and then all of a sudden you're back down double digits. So if Everest can limit those turnovers, but it's tough. They're an aggressive team, and that's what happens when you're an aggressive team. So you take the good with the bad. You just know you're going to get all-out effort from them.
10 first-half turnovers for the Mountaineers, but a lot of production and points both ways. We'll break down all the stats. But coming up next, we're going to talk with the head coach of the Mountaineers, and we'll get his thoughts. Rich Cross, the first-year bench boss, will break it all down about his team and his thoughts on this game. It's the Cardinal Championship, live from the Convocation Center. This is the Prep.
And the dynamic of our teams. They've got a few outstanding freshmen. We've got a few freshmen that play well, and they've got some outstanding seniors that have been here before. We have seniors that were in this spot last year, so it's really fun to see both bookends here of these schools have an opportunity to have their seniors go out on a high note and the freshmen kind of see how it looks, and we're excited for that opportunity.
How would you describe your team's style of play?
We're very balanced. I feel if you try to take one person away, we have another individual that'll step up and is ready to step up. And So I think that helps us a lot. Obviously, we're not as big as we were last year, so we got to rely on taking care of the ball more because we don't get as many second chance opportunities on the offensive glass.
All the best tonight. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you down the line.
Sounds good. Thanks, Shed.
There he is. That's a head coach of Everest Collegiate. Get his club ready for this Catholic League title that's coming up right after this, the Cardinal title from the Convocation Center. This is the Prep.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Welcome back to the Convocation Center. Sam Stickday and Chad Bush with you. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. Looking good after his golden tan down in the deep south. Chase Kaufman here as well.
Alex loves to go on vacation, man.
He's got more vacation than Obama. But we're glad to have him when we can get him. Sam Fisher is on your audio today. Chase Kaufman, your replay guy. And Rob Sarna in the big chair, running some graphics today, as Evan Westfall is off chasing motorcades around, or jam trucks, or whatever they do, big trucks running into one another. Who goes to that anymore? There's a big following, and Evan evidently is big on it, so whatever he wants, he gets. Anyway, we're glad to be back for the title game. Sam Stickday, Chad Bush, 31-19. Stick, I want your thoughts on what went down in the first 16 minutes and what stood out to you, sir.
Several things stood out for me. I mean, Gabriel Richard, you saw them trying to force the action down low, and whenever they could get the ball to big number 31, Calhoun, it was a success. So you can expect them to continue that in the second half. But really, and we talked about this right before the break, the two biggest things that stood out to me are turnovers for Everest. 10 turnovers in the first half. You can't have 20 turnovers in a game potentially and expect to win. And then because of those turnovers, Gabriel Richard was able to shoot the ball 7 more times, 26 shots for them, only 19 for Everest. So when you give a dangerous team like Gabriel Richard extra possessions and extra shots, it's trouble, and that's why they're down by 12 at halftime.
Yeah, it is, and the productivity of downtown shooting has also been impressive in this game by one Mr. Westerdale. He's 3 of 7 from the long line. He's just been a hot hand. A freshman leads them in points with 11, and it's pretty balanced after that. Calhoun was 6, Harrison was 6, and 5 for the story of this game. Nicholas Shahowski with 5 points. He shouldn't be the story for what it is. He was injured, Stick.
Yes.
With about 3 minutes to go in the first half. He went down. He hit his head very hard. In the end, he did get up, and he got himself into the stretcher, but this crowd stopped for, what, a good 20 minutes and 30 minutes maybe. There was a big pause in this game. Your thoughts on the event and really the event and what it caused afterwards?
Yeah, well, I mean, I said to you, like, it's one of those things that you see and it just gives you a weird feeling. You know, it's an uncomfortable feeling when you see somebody hit the floor like that and hit their head. And fortunately, he was able to get up. I think now that that's happened, like, we can all have a sigh of relief, because if they would have had to put him on that stretcher, not under his own power, we would have been sitting here questioning a lot more. So hopefully that was indicative of things going well for that young man, because he was playing with all out. He was playing with heart and fighting for a rebound, getting injured. And then when we saw the teams retake the floor, I think there was more energy in them than prior to that. You know,
Yeah.
you take both of these teams, you put them back in their locker room, and obviously the coaches are doing a great job keeping these young men focused, because it's very easy to lose focus when you see a teammate or a competitor on the ground like that. And that's a tribute to both these teams for coming out, still playing competitive basketball, even though there's a massive distraction.
The kid's name is Nicholas Schahowski. Schahowski is spelled S-Z-C-Z-E-C-H-O-W-S-K-I. A senior, a point guard, but most importantly, a very good young man that's admired by his head coach, his teammates, his classmates. And our thoughts and our prayers at the Prep are with him and his family as he gets a full recovery and gets back to normalcy soon. Now then, it's halftime, 31-19. Let's get to your Everest top scorers in this game so far. 8 points leads the way by Lucas Cross. Lucas Cross has had a nice game. The senior guard who puts up 12 points a game leads them with 8. 7 points for Joey Thibodeau. Joey Thibodeau, number 4, their top scorer on the year. And those two have led them in scoring. Nobody else more than 2 points, Stick. They need help in other ways if they're going to get back in this game. They trail by a dozen. What's their prescription for the second half?
Well, Lucas Cross has got to be the guy. I mean, he was that in the first half, and we saw he's got nice range. He can knock down the three-pointer, and he can drive the lane. So he's a guy that you're looking, if you're Everest, to turn to help you get back into this game. And, you know, maybe they can speed up the pace a little bit. We know Gabriel Richard likes to run, so speeding up the pace may not be exactly what you want to do because it plays a little bit into their hands. But if you don't do it, you're going to be limited on possessions. And here's some of the highlights from the first half. There's a shot right there by Mr. number 3 who we were talking about. And then you get a nice breakaway right here by Johnny Nedwick for a layup, and a little bump at the end of that. Nothing wrong with that, little competitive bump. And this was a big play. I mean, all the first half playing the passing lanes, getting a lot of steals. Nicholas Sobusch has been playing those passing lanes hard all game long on both ends of the court. And nice look here by Everest getting it down low. Not too many points in the paint for them, but not too many points in general right now, too. Gabriel Richard, that's been the man of the hour. Luke Westerdale hitting threes, knocking them down. Like you said, he's 3 of 7, only a freshman, too. So very impressed with his poise and his confidence to take the shot. And look, there you go. We were talking about these kids aren't going to be afraid to shoot from NBA range, and there he is pulling the trigger right there. And when you got hair like that, you got to have confidence.
Nice triple there from Lucas Cross, top scorer at the break. He was aggressive off the bounce too. Here you see the triple, and that was by Schahowski. We saw a little dribble drive action here from Mr. Harrison. You liked him.
I loved his game, honestly. He's able to slash, he's able to cut. I mean, he had a nice baseline take, and then he had a nice spin move too. Just a very smooth and fluid player. Like I said, he's only had 3 baskets in this game, but they've all been highlight reel baskets.
Impactful. You get a look at Rich Cross and the Mountaineer huddle as we get set here on the Prep. My name is Chad Bush. His name is Sam Stick Day. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. This is half 2 about to start, and tonight we will have the Bishop Championship. Detroit Catholic Central will take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Catholic Central 19 Catholic League titles, the most of anybody in the league in its history. And St. Mary's going for their 2nd in 3 years.
Yeah, that should be a great matchup.
It should be. St. Mary's swept the regular season, but you know how hard it is to win 3 times in 1 year. Thibodeau banks one in.
CC was able to beat the team that swept St. Mary's during the regular season, so it's tough to judge those things.
This league is hard to handicap, is it not?
It is.
That triple gets this back to a single-digit game. The double team. Cross post pass, lay in, no.
Oh, how did that not go in?
Good looking play, tough luck bounce out. Nice cross post pass. Everest trying to stay hot. The show and go, the dish, and blew the bunny, did Mr. Arbogast. There's a steal. High active hands. Everest trying to cash in on the transaction. In transition.
Right, some up and down action to start the second half, and that's what I was saying. Everest is going to have to push and push and push to get some extra possessions.
Thibodeau out to Arbogast. They play a 2-man game. 31-22. Everest trying to come off the heels of that emotional win in overtime against their rival Mooney. There's a turnover by Thibodeau trying to go topside to his classmate. And that's part of the turnover troubles that the Mountaineers had in the first. They continue here.
And once again, another unforced turnover, essentially. Just kind of threw it to nobody. And those have been killing Everest this entire game.
Indeed.
You know, it's one thing when the defender's pressing up on you and they force you to turn it over, but it's another thing when you just give it to them.
Down low double team equals a stop for Everest. On the move, cut to the bucket, shot up, and a blocking foul. It's going to go on the freshman. And Johnny Nedwick, who averages 9 points a game and has started all 18 games, will go line left and I believe shoot the first free throws of the night for the Mountaineers.
That was a nice take. Slithering into the lane, drawing the contact, and getting to the free throw line.
Third point of the night for Johnny Nedwick. 5'9" seniors. This is a close-knit senior group, hard-working. A lot of these guys are third-year guys. Hey, 3 league titles for this group out of their 4 years. Pretty darn good.
And that's why they're tough to put away. You know, cutting it to a 7-point game here in the third quarter. They're not going anywhere.
No, sir. We've played about a minute and 20 seconds. Topside triple for the reserve, and it's an air biscuit. Out of bounds. Everest gets the stop. They're down a touchdown. 5-0 run by the Mountaineers.
And the Everest fans behind us starting to feel it. You know, only down 7. This is a big possession. Knocked down a 3, it becomes a 4-point game.
Yes, sir. Chris Dyack, the head coach for Richard, and the squad across the way, catcher squad. There's a foul called, and who's this going on? Goes on number 22. That's Kanan Harrison.
And getting a little frisky out there, too, between the two teams, talking to each other a little bit.
Yep. Everything's back to normal. Thibodeau up and under, bump, and a foul on the floor before the shot. It's the same player. That is the second foul on Kanan Harrison. That's the team's 6th. And a bonus situation moving forward for the Mountaineers.
Those are 2 quick fouls.
Cross. It's been the hot hand. Trying to find some daylight. Cuts in, nice dish, laying good. And don't look now, the Mountaineers have cut it to 5 in Ipsy. Luke Walker, the hero the other night, with a 3-pointer to win the game. He's got it now. Sideline right. Cross. Shot up, no. Back of the heel, got his own miss. 3 ball.
He didn't pull the trigger.
I thought it was for sure coming.
He had it in his eyes that he wanted to do it.
Foul in the backcourt, a turnover instead of a triple try. And turnover at an inopportune time. But Stick, it's back to a 5-point game. This is what you called for.
Yeah, well, you knew Everest isn't going to go anywhere. They have that championship zeal like we talked about, and, you know, effort is what the key was going into this game, and we know they're going to give it nonstop, and here we go, another turnover to dig even more into this lead if they can convert. Timeout for Gabriel Richard.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. We're going to show you a little bit more of what this Pioneer team has done in their resume and their profile. It's a talented Pioneer team right now that is a bit behind the 8 ball because they had a big lead. They had a 12-point lead, and it is back down to 5. Let's take a look at their resume. 18-0 out of Riverview, Michigan, downriver, and some of the finest in Riverview. First place, 9-0 in the intersectional 1, number 7. Some have them number 6 in the MHSAA. It's co-ed, 241 students. Chris Dyack in his 11th year. Former coach at St. Mary's College. One of their alums you should know is Antoine Moore, 90 grad four-year varsity player, played at Saginaw Valley. Their best wins the opening game. They knocked off Divine Child. They also beat Erie Mason by 3. They beat Cardinal Mooney. And their best losses, well, I have none to report. They have not lost yet this year.
And I'd be remiss if I did not give a shout out to Mr. Joe Whalen, the principal over at Gabriel Richard.
Absolutely, one of my former teachers and proud graduate of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Calhoun on the run, and he lays it in.
He is so fluid, even on a fast break like that. That's a big man dribbling the ball all the way down the court for a nice finger roll lay-in.
Going to be part of that freshman class at Albion next year, and Albion continuing to do well in Metro Detroit.
Looks like Gabriel Richard switched to his zone on that last possession. We were talking pregame, they were like, we're pretty much man-to-man straight up, but on that last possession, I think they were running the 2-3 zone.
I think you're right. They've got a little sneaky with that.
Well,
they've done a little zone.
When you have a big anchor like Calhoun, you kind of want him just protected under the rim, right?
Yeah, they're a man-to-man team usually, but they're throwing some wrinkles out there.
Yeah, they're definitely in zone now.
Old Diak's got some tricks up his sleeve. High post pass important in that 2-3 zone. The Mountaineers have played together for a long time. They know where those sweet spots are, and so does Lucas Cross, and they carve up that zone like it's a turkey on Thanksgiving and going back the other way.
That was perfect. You called it, and they fulfilled it right on cue. That little free throw area is the dangerous spot in any 2-3 zone.
Calhoun between the rings, left side, the freshman lefty for 3. No, Cross with a rebound, and here come the Mountaineers on the push with all the momentum in the world. Layup, no, out of bounds, back to the Pioneers of Riverview.
Great defense by Kanan Harrison, too. Not to foul there, just being present and disruptive. Look, he went up, went past him, but forced him under the rim to make that a tough angle.
Yep, especially with 2 fouls. Could not afford to pick one up there. Richard trying to win their 3rd straight title in the Cardinal Division. The last team not named GR was Royal Oak Shrine. Yeah, Shrine did it in 2019. Cranbrook did it before him in 2018. And the Mustangs and Macomb Lutheran North did it before them. We've got a foul down there, sir. What went down?
Well, Lucas Cross just kind of timed everything out perfect. He knew that number 31, Calhoun, was going to initiate the contact, and he took it right in the chest and went to the ground, and they called an offensive foul. It was excellent position defense.
All right, it's a 4-point game, a 5-point game rather. As close as it's been. 2.5 left in the 3rd. It's getting exciting. The leader for Richard is out, Shahowski. And our thoughts and prayers are with him. Right wing, 3 on the way. Thibodeau, Tripletown. Joey Thibodeau for 3. And it is a 2-point game. Here come the Mountaineers from Clarkston.
Their fans are into it right now. You can tell they're feeding off that energy.
Maybe the northernmost school in the Catholic League against maybe the southernmost school in the Catholic League. Layup good. Chris Diak's concerned and heated, and he wants timeout in Ypsilanti.
What a great take, though, by Luke Westerdale here to calm everything down. It's tough to believe that this kid is a freshman because his basketball IQ is off the charts, and you saw that he was knocking down threes earlier. He used that to his advantage there, able to get to the lane and kind of settle some things down.
First points of the second half for Westerdale, who now has 13 points for Richard. Again, playing without Nick Shahowski, their senior point guard. We wondered how they would respond emotionally. They seem to be just fine emotionally, but maybe catching up with them at this point in this 3rd quarter is the fact that Shahowski is not with them to run this team as the leader. I mean, it's a big piece that they're missing.
When you lose your point guard, it's literally like losing your quarterback. You
Yeah.
know, you got to kind of run a whole new offense, and you're hoping that your new point guard can come in and kind of recreate that magic, but there's a reason he was your starter.
Yep. Let's take a look at how the regular season went down in the intersectional one. You see Richard won it. Clean slate, 9-0. Cardinal Mooney finished second. Foley third. Foley's the team that was knocked off in the semifinals by the Pioneers. Green Hills 4-5 and Shrine 3-6.
Gabriel Richard with the full court press now. I feel bamboozled by the coach of Gabriel Richard. He told us they were a straight up man-to-man defense. He said no press. He said no zone. And what have we seen the last 2 minutes?
Oh, we're going to get Chris Dyack. We're going to get him. He's lucky he's got St. Mary's in his blood.
I'm trying to do an educated scouting report.
And he keeps hiring St. Mary's people. He keeps hiring all these St. Mary's people. He may not be friends anymore. 35-31. Now we're happy for Deontay Allen. 3-ball right, dead spot, no. Calhoun stick back, yes. They have had no answer, really, for Mr. Michael Calhoun tonight.
Yeah, they just don't have anybody that can match up with him physically, and when he gets those long arms up in the air, it's tough to get the ball out of him.
Calhoun went for 16 points and 8 rebounds in the Pioneers' 58-43 win over Bishop Foley back at Marion High School on Tuesday night in the semifinals. Cross's bounce pass is risky, but it works. And with under a minute to go in the third, it's a 6-point lead for the Pioneers, who have led by as many as 12 in this game. That's what they led by at the break. This one following the same footprint as last year, when it was a double-digit halftime deficit for the Mountaineers, and they came all the way back to cut it to 2 late. Shot miss short here. That'll hurt. 35 seconds left. Here come the Pioneers with momentum. The freshman spins and gets it stripped. Refs let them play. Cross on the run, pass, left point, shot blocked. Circle back, settle down, 20 ticks left. Everybody's saying relax, including Rich Cross. Easy, as he's panting like a puppy over there. 7 seconds to go. Cross is bumped. That's an offensive foul. One official had offensive. Yep. Going back the other way, Stick.
Yeah, that was the right call. Joey Thibodeau, moving screen, just did not get his feet set and kind of threw a little rub shoulder in there. Look at this. Yep, that's not a legal screen.
Works in football. He plays that. 4 seconds left. Behind the back. Sobusch shot, no good. And that's how the third quarter ends. A little closer. They cut the lead in half from quarter 2 to quarter 3. We enter quarter 4 with quite the battle.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see how these two teams play it out. I mean, Everest, we talked about their effort. That's what we've been talking about all game, and you expect to see more of that in the fourth quarter. For Gabriel Richard, they got to start knocking down some three-point shots. I mean, the big fella, Michael Calhoun, has kind of been their anchor this entire game. Keep him involved, but they need some big shots down the stretch to make sure that they can put this thing away and secure the championship.
No doubt. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. This is the Cardinal Division Tournament Championship game. You see Everest Collegiate, who won the regular season in the intersectional 2 for the third time in 4 years. They went 6-0. They beat Liggett, who was their best competition. And they knocked off Liggett 58-40. That was the second place team. You see Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, no more rowbacks there. They went 4-3. Cabrini 4-3. Austin, I thought Austin was gone. They're back. How about it? Welcome back. They went 2-5. And Frankel Jewish Academy with a 1-5 year. Detroit Cristo Rey still finding themselves. But hey, the playoffs are coming in the MHSAA. Everest Collegiate once again, though, Stick, these seniors, their third regular season title.
You got to love that senior leadership, and you got to love the mix-in of freshmen that have been really affecting every aspect of the Catholic League all year long.
The one right in front of us, Luke Westerdale, 13 points, leading the way. Calhoun also with a big game for the Pioneers, double-digit scores. All right, our final quarter, the champion to be determined in the Catholic League. Pass, right post, Calhoun threw it away.
I don't know if he threw it away, he threw it right to him.
Yeah, threw it away from his guys, right to the other guy. Cross-court pass.
like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Feeling it. Thibodeau wants it short. And the rebound pulled off by the reserve, Connor Silka, who's checked in.
I feel like Everest has run into some problems on the offensive end because their spacing sometimes is very, very weird. Like on this last possession, they had 3 men right on the top of the three-point line, almost within the same vicinity of like 6 feet. It's tough to get an open shot when you're bringing all those defenders to you like that.
Trips left.
Yes.
Cluster. Who knows? Maybe that's some kind of philosophy. Dead spot left 3, no. Rebound ripped down by Sawyer Arbogast, and here come the Mountaineers of Everest. This is Johnny Nedwick, 9 points a game for Nedwick this year. Guy who started all 17 games, senior guard. He gives it up to Cross, the hot hand tonight, the lead scorer.
Yeah, Cross has to be the guy here down the stretch if Everest wants to win this game.
So many different guys on this team that can do it. Too much there. Turnover.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game for Everest. I mean, you limit some of their turnovers because now they're up around 15. You limit that to even about 7 or 8. And, man, those extra possessions, even if you convert on 2 of them, you're in a tie game right now, essentially.
Yep. Cross, the head coach, was their GV coach for these kids when they were freshmen. And now he's taken over from Ann Lowney, former Waterford Arleta Lakes grad of '85. She played at Oakland U. Elbow shot, got it, that's Cross. He's been really good tonight. And Stick, he's cut it to 4. The Mountaineers are not going away.
And I like on that possession, he had a 3. He could have taken that shot, but he shortened it up, took the mid-range jumper, which is the lost art of any basketball at any phase right now. But that mid-range jumper got him back within 4.
Cross with 12 points in this game. There's a miss there, Stick. 3 on 2 the other way.
There's an interesting ISO if they want it with Cross, and that's what they're calling for right now. He wants the ISO against Calhoun.
Yeah.
Nope.
We'll see if they go back to it. Everest with 17 turnovers. Still in this game, 3-ball, no. Richard with 11 turnovers. It's been heavy on the turnovers, but it's what you do with the turnovers.
And how they come, too. You know, like we were talking, if it's a defensive player pressuring you and it's a turnover, okay, because of effort. But if it's stepping on the sideline or just throwing the ball away carelessly, those are completely different turnovers.
Take a look at how these teams were able to get to this point. And Gabriel Richard got here by way of a win to start things off when they beat Waterford Arleta Lakes. 15 points from Harrison in that game, 12 from Shahowski to go with 6 dimes and 6 rebounds. Westerdale had a dozen and 5 dimes. And then Richard would move on and knock off Foley 58-43. Shahowski again a big day, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Meanwhile, Clarkston Everest would get here with Luca Cross putting up 17 against Shrine and a 12-point win. Thibodeau had 15 in the game. And then Everest would get here by way of a 3-point win in overtime. Luke Walker hit the game winner at the buzzer in overtime at Marion back on Tuesday night. And it was part of a group effort that saw Thibodeau, Nedwick, Cross, and Cross all go for a dozen points. There's a block shot from behind and the rebound ripped down. Arbogast might be short in size, but crafty they are. The Mountaineers are sticking around for a minute.
And look at the smile on Johnny Nedwick's face as he's down the court right now. He knew he got away with one there going coast to coast. Nobody stopped the ball.
The Pioneers are on their heels. Undefeated, the only undefeated team without a blemish in the Catholic League. Everest with a chance to tie or take the lead with 4 minutes left. Corner, Thibodeau 3, no. Offensive rebound and a reset. Back out, triple try. No. That was from Walker. And we got a tie up and a foul down low. Things are getting chippy.
Well, I mean, there's 4 minutes left in a championship game. 2 points separate these teams. Chippiness should be on the docket and on the menu for the rest of this game, because you are fighting for a memory that you will have forever and nobody can take away from you. You're a champion.
No doubt. Thibodeau tying up Calhoun. Some contact. 5 fouls for the Pioneers, 4 for Everest. Here comes Sobusch. Westerdale, who has 13 points to lead the Pioneers, 13 points for Thibodeau to lead the Mountaineers. Left block, banker, good. Calhoun now has a dozen. That's a big shot for the big man.
Yeah, you love that out of Gabriel Richard. Go to what's been working all game long. When they've been able to get it to him on the block, it's just been easy money.
3.5 minutes left. Mountaineers trying to upset the Pioneers in Ypsilanti. Blow by drive, lost it, and Westerdale might have bailed out Gavin Harris.
I think that probably still would have been out on Gabriel Richard because Nicholas Sobusch got his hand in there and poked it out from behind.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Good sight lines. Good job.
Sobusch has quick hands. I mean, we talked about him playing those passing lanes, but defensively, he is all over the place.
This was a Mountaineer club that didn't exactly come in on a hot streak. They came into the quarterfinals at against Shrine after losing back-to-back games. After playing a league opponent in University Liggett and winning 58-40, they lost to Burton Bendel 3 days later, 50-41, and followed that up 4 days later with a loss to Richard. That's father Gabriel Richard. Now that's nothing shameful, but coming in back-to-back losses and then beating Shrine by a dozen, a solid win but expected. And then Cardinal Mooney, you get the overtime thrilling three-point shot. They come in, they're back on their heels, they fall down by as many as 12 stick. And Everest, lo and behold, you look up, they've had it as close as 2, and now it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, you love to see that zeal come out of them, and you talked about it. You know, these seniors have been a part of a championship 3 times, and you take those 2 losses coming into the tournament, it's all about how you respond, and obviously they've responded well.
Yes, sir. Into Thibodeau. He banks it up too strong. No, Calhoun secures.
That's a tough bunny to miss right there. See if Gabriel Richard goes back to Calhoun on the post.
Everest trying to win the school's first title. The school opened in 2010. Early on, it was a co-op. Everest had to play with Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes. And they got their first team together in 2009, 2010. And Ann Loney took over the program, Ann Sarah Loney. And was the school's only head coach for the boys until this year. As we get a foul down low, and Richard's going line right.
Yeah, Sawyer Arbogast, really a nice defensive sequence for him, but that little swat down right there, he may have gotten the ball. If he would have went straight up, but you got to like it. He was fronting the entire time. Michael Calhoun prevented him from getting the ball and then came over for help side defense. If it wasn't for the foul, that was a great defensive sequence by him.
This is the senior Connor Silka. Silka, a guard, has played a bit more minutes tonight in the absence since about the 3 minute of the second quarter by Nick Shahowski. The lead will stay at 5 until now. Offensive loose change rebound by Kanan Harrison.
He's my dirty work guy of this game. I love his game. And look how intense he is right now on the floor.
Kind of guy you want on your side in a foxhole when it's dark. He's a part of that steal attempt and turnover there. 7-point lead for Richard, who's starting to pull away stick day.
Yeah, you can feel the momentum shift right now. You can feel the intensity right now for Gabriel Richard. They know they're close. They're 2 minutes away from a championship, and they are playing hard.
They blitz the corner, leaves an open layup, and that just might be the exclamation point. This young man has stepped up. Kanan has been the king.
Big-time players do big-time things in big-time moments.
That's right. Foul in the short corner right. Not in the penalty yet. As we get a look at the Nice play laying there.
And that's 4 fouls on Calhoun.
9-point lead. Everest had this as close as 2 points, and this is looking eerily similar to Mountaineer fans as last year when they flirted with the school's first title a season ago against the same Pioneers club. They need instant points now. Nedwick back to Joey. Joey back to Lucas. Lucas taking some time in front of his own bench to set up the right shot. Pull up 3. Splash City.
Nothing but the bottom of the net on that one. He did not touch rim. And it was interesting because he had the ISO against Calhoun. You thought he would use his quickness to drive to get by him, but no. He just pulled up and drained a jumper right over the 6'7" big man for Gabriel Richard. Nice shot.
Cross now with 15 points to lead the way. 13 for Thibodeau on the night. 40% shooting for Everest. 38% from downtown. They're 6 of 16. Just 2 free throws in the game. They've made good on both. And for the Pioneers, 13 points for Westerdale to lead the way. Calhoun with a dozen. Harrison now with 10. 6 rebounds for Shahowski, still the leading rebounder in this game. And he's been out since the second quarter at the 3-minute mark. And 4 rebounds for Sobusch and 3 points. 5 points for Shahowski again as we get back to the action. Thank you, Jam Jan on stats. Good to have her back. Pat Bush as well, captaining that crew. Captain Pat down there in his new prep hat. Calhoun has it blocked. Lucas Cross blocked it. Jump ball. It's going to be Mountaineer basketball. What a play against the big 6'6" forward. How about it?
Yeah, I'm telling you what, Lucas Cross, he can play for me anytime. He's down there with the big man fighting the 6'6" guy, boxing out, getting the rebound too.
Unassuming, really sneaky, good-looking athlete. High on the left, he has it. He needs to turn his magic up a notch here. Right wing open 3 on the way, bullseye. That is Walker, Luke Walker, who likes late game triples. He's cut the lead from 6 to 3, just like that.
Yeah, this team will not go away. Their championship medal is showing, and we knew about their fight, and we were talking about it all game long. Lucas Cross had to take over, but number 22 wants to join the party. Luke Walker nailing his 3-pointer as well.
Wow, the threes are a-fallen. In Ypsilanti, the game has tightened. It's called a 6-0 run. And lo and behold, we've got a game again, partner. This thing continues to be a theme of back-and-forth basketball. Pioneers obviously came in favored in this game. They're out of the intersectional 1 against the intersectional 2, but this is a game that has been closely contested despite the 12-point Pioneer lead at halftime.
Yeah, to me, I keep pointing to it all game long. Everest is just going to kick themselves with turnovers. I mean, we saw last time we looked at the stats, they had 19 turnovers, and it's tough. That's only 7 more than obviously Gabriel Richard has, but just think about that. 7 more turnovers, 7 more possessions. Even if you convert on 2 of those, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yep.
So I hate to keep harping on that, but they got to protect the ball in this last minute and 3 seconds.
Yep. These are moments made for senior guards. Both teams have them. The Mountaineers, Lucas Cross, Johnny Nedwick, Joey Thibodeau, Luke, the big 3 guards trying to step up. 60 seconds left and a foul in the backcourt. And that will be just the 6th team foul, 1 more before the bonus as they try to extend this ball game. 3-pointers, Everest with 7 in this game, and 57% from downtown in the second half from the long line, while GR's 0 for 3 in the second half, 4 of 17 for the game. Big difference. There's a turnover here, a chance to tie with a triple. Everest with 50 seconds left has time. Cross, dribble drive, cross-court dish is nearly stolen. It's a reset scenario, and maybe that's not such a bad thing for Everest, Stick, who trails by 3.
No, they got him to get everything they can out of this possession. This is a must-score possession right now for Everest. Make sure you don't turn the ball over.
Cross with it. 36 seconds left. Everest down by 3. They've trailed by 12 in this game. That's what they trailed at halftime. They trailed by 9 just moments ago. Westerdale with a near steal. 23 seconds left. Cross kicks it. Walker down low, up, under, shot. Good. Everest has cut it to 1 with 15 seconds left. Timeout. Rich Cross.
And he wanted the and one on that too, which also would have fouled out Calhoun. So that is a big no call, which could affect the remainder of this game. But what a nice pump fake. What good composure, because you know the shot blocker is going to want to hit that. And that very well could have been an and one.
It could have been. It sure could have been an and one. The officials have done a great job tonight. And yeah, you can't get them all. Maybe they missed one there, but how about the fight in this dog? And this dog called the Mountaineers of Clarkson Everest Collegiate. What a showing tonight.
Yeah, well, now on the inbound, you got to go for the quick steal. If you don't get it, obviously, you're following, you're putting them on the line and hoping that they don't make their 2 free throws. You know, Gabriel Richard's been 6 for 7 on the free throw line tonight, so they've shot their free throws well, but really all you need is 1 miss at this point. You know, keep it at a 2-point game. And who knows, you may hit that last-second buzzer beater and walk away with a championship, Chad.
Everest Collegiate went to overtime on Tuesday. They won on a buzzer beater. They were tied at 70 at the end of overtime, and then bang. This is a team that's used to playing in close games. Richard not as much. They did play a 3-point game in their closest game of the year when they knocked off Erie Mason on 2:15. Okay, here we go. 15 seconds left. Pioneers with the music playing, up by 1. And a steal. A steal by Walker. Ball loose in the corner. And a push and a foul on who? I think it's going to go on the Mountaineers, and this will be free throws. So a darn near steal, but it's really what they wanted anyway, a foul on the Pioneers.
I got to watch this on replay because that was in the far corner for us. They had the clear steal. They had to hold on to the ball, and then, yeah, you really can't tell the action that's going on in that corner, but they called the foul. Now the pressure is on the big fella, Michael Calhoun, to knock down 2 monster free throws with 12.9 seconds left.
A lot rest on the shoulders of the 6'7" senior headed to Albion. He's committed. Michael Calhoun, high IQ, guy that can shoot the 3, great toucher on the basket. Guy that's gotten real invested in the weight room as well. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
This is a 1-and-1, right?
It is a 1-on-1. Yes, it is. They're getting back. They're making sure they're back. He makes it. Yeah, teams will do this now. 12.5 seconds left. Calhoun will get 1 more. It's a 2-point game. You don't like this. You think they should have somebody up front?
Especially on the first free throw.
Yeah.
Especially on a 1-and-1. Because he misses it. You have nobody there to even give yourself a chance to get the rebound.
2 big free throws for Gabriel Richard. They get 2 free throws from Calhoun to extend this to a full possession lead. It's 46-43. Now, 12.9 seconds to go.
Yep.
What do you do? Do you foul here? Do you put them at the free throw line? Do you even give the Mountaineers Stick a chance to shoot a 3-pointer? Why would you, right?
What I'm doing if I'm the coach, I'm going to press them up the court to try to at least suck off a little bit more of the time, get down to about 8 seconds. At that point, if I see that they're going to have an easy shot or something like that, give them the foul, and give them the foul, and that way they can make sure that you can't hit the 3-point shot.
Now, you look at the free throws. 8 of 9 is Gabriel Richard in this game at the strike. 2 of 2 is Everest. Chase Kaufman, by the way, is your replay guy today. He's, if you can't tell, it's his first time doing it this year.
Done a fantastic job today.
We're glad he's, no, he's doing a great job. He's a veteran, savvy one. Thank you very much, Chase. We're just kidding you. We kid with you because we love you. You know that.
Yeah, all right. If you weren't teased, that means you're not loved.
That's right, and we don't tease fish, so everybody knows we hate them.
Oh, my goodness.
I kid, of course.
Oh, my goodness.
I kid because I can. 12.9 seconds left. Cross triggers. His team's down 3. They got to hustle. Pioneer's not going to foul. They're going to let him get a shot off. Shot is up to tie it. It's off, no good. 5 seconds left and a foul. And this is Gabriel Richard's ball game. The freshman will go line right. And Gabriel Richard is 4 seconds away from winning their 3rd straight Cardinal tournament title.
And you want to think Everest got the look that they wanted. Obviously, that's a deep three-pointer to try to tie it up. They had more time to use on the clock. I think maybe they were shocked that they weren't going for the foul at that. So, whew, man, what a finish to this game. And it's still not over. 4 seconds left. A lot can happen.
The freshman Nicholas Sobusch will go line right and try to make just one. But he's got to make the first one. It's just a bonus situation. It's a 1-and-1. So he'll only get one chance. If you look at the timeouts, there's none left. So 4 seconds to work. Obviously, you want to try to make this, right, if you're the Pioneers?
Oh, yeah, obviously. I mean, you want to push it to beyond a one-possession game. So the 1-and-1 situation, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, again, if they leave people down there for the rebound. This has been a trend this year, and we've talked about this in several Catholic League games that we've covered. For some reason, I got to talk to one of these coaches, whether it's Rick Palmer, because we've seen him do it. You know, we've seen Covert do it for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and now we saw Gabriel Richard do it. So there's got to be some method to that madness. I just can't figure out what it is.
Richard trying to win this game and hold on. They've got a 1-on-1 scenario for the freshman Nicholas Sobusch, a 5'8" freshman, a complete player. A kid that's very athletic, can shoot it, defend, but all they need him to do now is make one free throw, and this thing's over. And the Pioneers move to 19-0 and claim their 3rd straight Catholic League Cardinal title. The lefty freshman for 1-and-1. And there you have it. The Pioneers are the champions of the Cardinal division.
And it's only proper that he is at the line to close this out because, I mean, early in the game, his defensive prowess, setting the tone, stepping into passing lanes, getting steals.
Shot off the mark, triple at the buzzer. Thibodeau, no good. And Riverview, Gabriel Richard is bringing back some more trophies to put on the mantle in the gem of downriver. Riverview, Gabriel Richard.
And what a great game by both sides. I mean, this is what championship games should be, right, Chad? You know, there was a little bit of a 12-point lead at halftime, but that got taken down in the second half, and we just saw championship valor out of both of these teams. Gabriel Richard played the game that they had to. When in doubt, they went to their big man, Michael Calhoun, down low. You know, to me, one of the biggest swing points in this game is Everest was down 2, and then they missed 2 3-pointers at this end, and that was a huge turning point.
That's right. They do it also without their leader, their captain, their point guard, Nick Shahowski, who went down with an injury, went to a local hospital, got attention, and we are thankful and grateful that he is okay, and his teammates are happy as well as they're about to hoist their 3rd straight trophy in as many years. They have just knocked off the Mountaineers of Everest, who made this very close, very interesting, and as the undercard, you're always the underdog. Everest didn't play like it in this game. They played like they belonged with the big bad wolf from the intersectional one.
You know what, Everest, all that they were missing, honestly, is a guy that was about 6'7", 6'8", that could handle Calhoun. Not handle him and like completely take over the game, but even neutralize him a little bit.
That's right.
Outside of that, these teams matched up pretty well.
Let's take a final look at the numbers as you see the Pioneers get rewarded the Catholic League championship for the Cardinal division. Their leaders in scoring, Michael Calhoun with 14 points. Luke Westerdale had 13, 11 of those coming in the first half. 10 points for Kaden Harrison, 5 points for Nick Shahowski, and 4 points for Nick Sobusch. 1 point for Connor Silka. Leading scores for Everest, they had 15 points to lead the way for Lucas Cross, 13 for Thibodeau, 8 for Nedwick, 5 points for Luke Walker, and 2 points for Gavin Harris. And story of the ball game really was the way that Richard was able to get extra shots, extra possessions, take advantage of the Everest turnovers. And Impressive that the Pioneers were able to do it. I know we keep saying it, but without their leader, emotionally and physically.
Well, to be able to rebound by watching your leader go down like that in the fashion that he did, I mean, let's face it, that was not anything anybody wants to see happen to a teammate, a player, a competitor, a son, a brother. And to be able to come back, go to the locker room, come back out, stay focused, and keep the task at hand, and honestly know that delivering this message that you won the championship back to that young man who was on the floor is going to mean something to him today as well, too.
That's right. 19 up, 19 down for the Pioneers of RGR. Congratulations to them as champions. Congratulations as well for their team GPA, 3.79. Their team GPA, quite impressive as well. Congratulations also to the Mountaineers of Everest Collegiate High School in Clarkston. And Rich Cross in his first year doing big, big things, taking them all the way to the wire, as we appreciate everything that they've done here today. So it's time to say goodbye, and we thank all those for making this broadcast possible. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. On graphics, Rob Sarna. Instant replay, Chase Kaufman. On audio, it's Fish. And on camera tonight, it's Kyle Buchanan. We appreciate his services. We also thank Zach Russell on one of the cameras, and Matt Schwartz on one of the cameras as well. Jamie Janssen is on statistics. Pat Bush is also on statistics. My partner is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush, saying so long from the Convocation Center, where once again your final score, Gabriel Richard 47, Everest Collegiate 43. Coming up next, Detroit Catholic Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That's coming up on a fresh, hot new link. Check us out. We are the Prep. Thanks for watching. We're out.